Welcome back. Now, the High Court in Makhanda has ordered the Eastern Cape Education Department to deliver textbooks and stationery to all public schools in the province by the end of this month. The department had previously indicated that they would only deliver textbooks by the end of April due to unprecedented budgeting shortfalls. For more on this, we are joined by Cameron McConnachie, an attorney from the Legal Resource Centre. Thank you very much, Mr. McConnachie, for your time here on Newslink. Now, obviously, you're welcoming of this judgment, especially because this has been a long-standing fight, between, pupils and parents who are important here and government in the Eastern Cape.
Yes. Well, it sort of started at the beginning of the year with schools being told that they wouldn't be receiving stationery or textbooks until May. So, yeah, that's really where it began. And people were up in arms, understandably so. So lots of letters were written to the department, lots of phone calls made to find out what was going on and why the department wasn't delivering what was needed. And there was very little response, literally no response. So that's what led to High Court urgent proceedings being launched at the end of February. And yeah, the matter was heard on Tuesday. And the order was handed down, which is great. So they have to deliver the textbooks and the stationery by the end of this month. Yeah, we welcome the judgment. We think it's great. Also, the judgment will be handed down this coming week, but the order's in place now.
Now, the 21st of this month, this is on Monday, is Human Rights Day here in our country, and not being afforded the right to an equal and proper education is obviously a violation of that right, especially in provinces such as the Eastern Cape, where people feel forgotten, but also especially the fact that when the different provinces give out the budgets, the finance MECs of different provinces give out the budget, health and education actually get the largest chunk. So it's no excuse, really, that students are already on holiday here in Gauteng. We're already on holiday, and I assume the Eastern Cape is going on holiday soon. It's no excuse that after the first term, pupils were not afforded their right to, proper education. So how important is this particular judgment, or this order, rather, when it comes to the fight against these, the violation of human rights?
It's very important. One of the reasons that we really welcome the order, and we think the judgment will give nice reasons for it, is that this is the first time that's been declared that stationery specifically forms part of the right to basic education. So you probably will have remembered the debacle in Limpopo in 2012 when textbooks weren't delivered, and there was a judgment came out of that case. Our colleagues at Section 27 ran that case, and there was a very important judgment saying that textbooks form part of the right, and now this order and hopefully the judgment which comes out next week will clarify that stationery does too. So I do think it sort of clarifies for the department exactly some of, more specifically what their obligations are. When you speak about the budget, it is amazing that, stationery and textbooks have to be ordered every year. It has to take place at the same time. So it's not like it's rocket science. Everyone knows that this needs to be done. And the Eastern Cape did actually deliver stationery and textbooks successfully at the beginning of the last 3 years. So there's absolutely no justification. The very slim justification, or the sort of excuse that was given, is that there have been these budget cuts. And there have been budget cuts because of the pandemic and the poorly performing economy. But what we made quite clear in argument is that you can't cut budgets which you have a constitutional obligation to provide something. And that has been clarified by our court on a number of occasions. So to use the budget excuse for something that is clearly something that has to be supplied or given was unacceptable, and the court agreed with that.
All right, and just very quickly, Mr. McConnachie, I believe that the ruling, or the order rather, from the court also said that the department needs to go even further. By September, they must let the court know what their plans are when it comes to textbooks and stationery being delivered to schools for next year now.
Exactly. So we wanted to make sure that this doesn't happen again. So we specifically included a prayer asking that the court do exactly what you've just described. So hopefully the department will file an affidavit setting out exactly where they are in the process and the budget that they've set aside and the orders that they've placed, et cetera, et cetera. So we really do hope that this won't happen again.
All right. Thank you very much for your time on NewsLink. Cameron McConnachie, an attorney from the Legal Resource Centre.